Good day, class. This is the continuation of double integration method, wherein in this video, we will be discussing elastic beam theory. And when the beam is subjected to lateral loading is loads perpendicular to the longitudinal axis, and assumed to be the beam behaves elastically. And recall from strength of material, elastic beams are beams when loaded, it will deflect. Then if we remove the load, it will return to its original shape. So then the equation for elastic beam theory is given by this one. So wherein rho is the radius of the curvature of any point of the elastic curve. M is the internal moment at any point of the beam. E is the modulus of elasticity of the beam. I is the moment of inertia of the cross section. And if we multiply E and I, that is the flexural rigidity. So what we're going to do here is to derive this formula. Kung paano ba nangyari ito. So with that, let's take a look with the simply supported beam. If we try to put here a loadings and try to draw its elastic curve, so ganito yung magiging curve niya. Kasi magkakaroon tayo dito ng positive moment due to this downward loading. And mapapansin natin dito, yung elastic curve natin, dito walang deflection sa mga support. Take note, may rule tayo niyan. And for a positive moment, dapat meron tayong happy face dito. Since this is the deflected shape of the beam, pakita natin na yun yung beam natin. Let's take a very small strip on the undeformed beam. Let's say that is length dx. And if that beam will deflect, ang nangyayari dito sa dx na to, itong rectangular dx na yan, magiging ganyan yung shape niya. Wherein magkakaroon ng tension sa baba or elongation, dito naman compression or shortening of the dimension. Para mas makita natin to into a bigger picture, papalakihin natin sila. So this is the undeformed strip and this is the deformed strip. And if we try to put the reference line natin na neutral axis, so neutral axis natin, sa gitna yan. Of course, sa gitna yan ng ating beam. And let's say the measure of this is dx, di ba? Dx yan dito, yung length ng ating undeformed strip. And also, dx pa rin naman siya dito. Even ma-deform siya, yung neutral axis mo will not experience elongation or shortening kasi neutral axis nga yan. Neutral meaning walang compression, walang tension na na-experience. Therefore, length pa rin niya is dx. If we will try to extend this length such that this will intersect, mag-intersect siya, let's say that is point A. And if we try to measure that intersection point to the neutral axis, actually that is called the rho or the radius of curvature. Kung paano yung pagkakakurba nito. Actually, this is curved talaga. But since this is very small strip, inassume natin na magiging almost straight na lang to. Very small strip na kasi to. Since curved nga siya, meron siyang radius of curvature. If we try to take a strip here, no, at a distance c from the neutral axis, if we will try to measure this length, still dx pa rin siya. Pero pag nilagay natin siya dito sa deformed strip natin, so pag measure natin to, take note, magkakaroon tayo ng compression dito or shortening of the member. Ang mangyayari dito sa strip na to, magiging ds na lang siya or nagkaroon ng shortening. Hindi na siya dx. Recall natin from the strength of material, strain is equal to the deformation or delta L over the original length. If we are going to get the strain at a distance c from the neutral axis, ito yon. So yung magiging strain natin dyan will be this one. So dx, the original length, minus ds, that is the deformation or delta L, over the original length, LO, which is dx. So simplify natin tong equation na to. Ito yung kakalabasan niyan. 1 minus ds over dx. Let's say this is our equation number 1. Kung ililipat natin tong distance dito, di ba distance din naman to? And if we try to look at this height, no? Let's say gagawa tayo ng triangle dito. Yung magiging hypotenuse mo dito is actually yung height mo na rin. Equal na rin yan. Bakit? Kasi yung difference nila in length is very negligible na. So we can say that this is also C na rin, yung magiging hypotenuse nito dito. And if we will measure this one, this will be rho minus C. Pangalanan natin yung mga points na to. Let's say itong point na to is B. ito ay C, this one is D, and this one is E. Using ratio and proportion by this triangle A, B, C, and A, D, E, similar triangle sila, so we can use the ratio and proportion. So we have ds over dx. Ito yon. So ds over dx. Naration natin yung naration natin itong length ng triangle na to doon sa length ng triangle na malaki na to, na ADE. Okay? So that is equal to length naman nito na maliit na triangle, rho minus c, over the length of this larger triangle, which is rho. So this will be our equation number 2. Substitute natin itong equation number 2 doon sa ating equation number 1. Take note, meron tayo ditong ds over dx. Pwede natin itong ilagay. So ganito yung mangyayari sa ating equation number 1. And we can simplify pa this equation. We can multiply this rho to this 1 over rho. So ganito yung magiging ating equation. Then, if we will notice, makakancel dito yung rho. Kasi rho minus rho plus c. So therefore, yung strain natin will be equal to C over rho. And that will be our equation number 3. Next is, recall natin yung ating Hooke's law. From Hooke's law, strain is equal to stress over the modulus of elasticity. So, pwede natin palang i-substitute itong stress over the modulus of elasticity dito sa equation number 3. So, therefore, equation number 3, magiging ganito na siya. Stress over E, that is equal to C over the rho. And let's say that is our equation number 4. And recall natin from bending stress of the beam, from our strength of material, stress is equal to mc over I, or the internal moment multiplied to the distance C from the neutral axis over the moment of inertia. We can substitute this equation to equation number 4. Therefore, we have now mc over I all over E, that is equal to C over rho. We can cancel C here and C here. Therefore, the formula now will be equal to this one, or the formula for the elastic beam theory. So itong formula na to, gagamitin natin to derive formulas naman sa ating double integration method. So makita niyo siya doon sa next part of this video. Thank you.